President Buhari commiserates with government and people of Zamfara State on killing of innocent citizens by bandits in Safi local government area. Nigerian Army acquires combat drones to complement strategies towards curbing kidnapping and other heinous crimes. Plus, Vice President Yemi Osibajo explains to Nigerians in New York latest strategies put in place at addressing insecurity in the country. These and more on Panorama today with me, Yemi Yusuf. We shall be right back. How can we collectively address the security challenges in Nigeria? That was the dominant questions of Nigerians in the diaspora to Vice President Professor Yemi Osibajo at the town hall meeting in New York. Joy Osiago reports that Nigerians in the diaspora listened with rapt attention as Professor Osibajo revealed the latest strategies to address insecurity.
The engagement with the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, was fulfilling for the critical number of Nigerians from different parts of America. Given the varied interests in the country, the discussions were very passionate and dramatic. The Vice President says Nigeria is on the path to greatness and challenged those who peddle narratives of disunity to focus more on the laudable initiatives of government for constructive engagement to speed up the process of economic recovery.
I can assure you, looking at all of the parameters and looking at where we're headed, that the difficulties in our country as the challenges we have are slight. They are surmountable and they will be surmountable.
Nigerians are happy to note that the government of President Buhari laid a solid foundation in the last 4 years.
To my fellow Nigerians in diaspora, teamwork is key to being more impactful. We cannot continue in disunity. We cannot continue in name-calling, bickering. We cannot continue with our religious and tribal wars and expect a positive change.
The town hall meeting focused on critical areas of the economy and how Nigerians in the diaspora can support the federal and state governments from the wealth of knowledge. In Manhattan, New York, Joy Osiago, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has commiserated with the government and people of Zamfara State on the recent infiltration of bandits who killed several innocent citizens in Safi local government area of the state. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says President Buhari describes the bandit attacks as callous and despicable, assuring the people of Zamfara and other Nigerians who have lost loved ones to violent attacks that the government under his watch will soon bring such dastardly acts to an end, while urging law enforcement agencies to take prompt and timely actions against the weekend attackers. President Buhari appeals to citizens to have faith in the security agencies by giving them useful information on plans and the movements of the bandits. Shock, disbelief and mourning best describes the mood of the people of a boundary community of Komkom and Izoma in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, who are counting their losses following a pipeline explosion in the area in the early hours of yesterday. Osinachi Abraham, who visited the area, reports that efforts are still on by multinationals to put out the inferno.
According to eyewitness reports, over 30 bodies have been buried in a shallow grave some meters away from the explosion. The journey to the site of the incident was a hectic one, as no vehicle could access both sides of the pipeline, except for the use of motorbike, popularly known as Okada, and a 2-kilometer trekking into the green area to have a proper view of the incident. The exploded pipeline, which supplies petroleum products to the eastern parts of Nigeria, is said to be undergoing routine maintenance, while some youths were scooping spilled products around the site before the explosion occurred. The Chief Security Officer of Oyibo local government area, Prince Gerald Ofoji, described the incident as unfortunate, traumatic, and a setback to the economic growth and development of the area.
People that lost their lives today never believed it would happen. simply because they want to make quick money. So it's so unfortunate. I believe they have been doing it all this while and they've been lucky, but this time around they are so unlucky. So it's quite disheartening.
Rivers State Police Public Relations Officer Nnamdi Omoni, on a telephone interview, said investigation into the cause of the explosion is still on and will be made public. As at the time of filing in this report, residents of the affected communities who are still living in fears called on relevant authorities and the federal government to come to their rescue. From Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, Osinachi Abraham, NTA News.
President Buhari has asked for a thorough investigation to determine what is responsible for the gas pipeline tragedy in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, in which several fatalities were reported. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Godfrey Shehu, stated that the incident, which reportedly occurred in Kamkom community of the local government area on Saturday, occurred when workers were fixing a faulty section of the pipeline. The President, who is extremely pained by the losses of life in the incident, expresses his condolences to the families of the victims and to the government and people of Rivers State. The Nigerian Army says it will continue to deploy cutting-edge technology towards combating insecurity in the country. This was at the induction of 2 drones to complement strategies towards curbing kidnapping and other heinous crimes in Ondo and Ekiti states.
That is the latest gadget added to the 323 Artillery Brigade inventory in its quest to be on top of its game in combating crime. The Phantom 4 drone is an intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance platform that can go as far as 7 kilometers and can equally fly above 10,000 feet. This platform, according to the Commander 323 Artillery Brigade, will be added to logistics of the anti-kidnapping squad of the Army.
We have 2, one for Ondo and the other one for Ekiti. The 2 anti-kidnap squad will have each one mounted on a vehicle. Once there's issue of kidnapping, they will go there, try to locate the place, and the places that they cannot enter. This device is the latest in the market, but this place is a very thick forest, and that's the advantage some of the criminals are using. Some places you cannot penetrate them easily.
The Nigerian Army says it will not rest on its oars towards tackling insecurity and defending the nation's territorial integrity. In Akure, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Police Command says it is all out in the fight against drug abuse in the territory. FCT Commissioner of Police Bala Chiroma said this while parading 50 suspects caught in various crimes in different parts of the territory. Sefia Nyoma Uche reports.
Research reveals nearly 15% of the adult population in Nigeria, that is around 14.3 million people, reported a considerable use of the psychoactive substance. This rate is much higher than the 2016 global average of 5.6%. This has become worrisome as the youth in Nigeria now find drug abuse trendy, leading to the fight against drug abuse by the FCT Command's anti-narcotic, saying there is a link between drug abuse and crime, and their fight yielded results as they smashed 5 drug peddlers in Gwarimpa, Galadimawa, Karo, and Apo.
Special operation carried out by the unit led to the recovery of 14 substances suspected to be cocaine, 292 wraps of dried leaves suspected to be Indian hemp, diazepam tablets, tramadol tablets, rochi tabs, and other illicit drugs.
One Usman Awalu of Rugan Fulani in Kwali Area Council was caught after a distress call, and he made shocking revelation.
Normally, I send me some go call patient here. If in a woman, I 160. If in a man, I 170. I don't call for go giver.
He did fake appointment letters for my friends, 3 of my friends.
Others paraded were one-chance robbers, drug peddlers, rape suspects, arrest and recovery of fake currency, armed robbers, and fraudsters. The command assures residents of its commitment to protection of lives and property while calling on them to be vigilant always. Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
Away from security to agriculture, the federal government has commenced an inventory of projects executed under the World Bank Agricultural Intervention Program, known as FADAMA. This is coming as the financial support given to the program by the World Bank ends. Musa Baba Aliu reports.
The World Bank Intervention Program is built on 5 components towards boosting Nigeria's agricultural activities and rural development. This consists of extension services, marketing of farm produce, access to loan facility and rural infrastructural development, including roads and markets. The initiative is designed to support cluster farming to increase production of cassava, rice, sorghum and horticulture value chains.
FADAMA, which has been on the ground for the past 25 years, has presented a landmark in the Nigerian agricultural sector.
This meeting of relevant key players from 17 states across the northern Nigeria is looking at achievements recorded by the World Bank Agriculture Intervention Program.
And to hold dialogue with state government to ensure that the legacies that have been established by this project are not allowed to die with the project.
So we created a FCA, FADAMA Federated, that will sustain what we have done. They are maybe looking for a way to find a revenue that will sustain them and what we have done to them.
Reports indicated that a total of 1.5 million metric tons of rice paddy was added to the nation's rice production food supply since the project's inception. Farmers produced 1.16 million tons of tomatoes, which is about